Tanse. Welcome back to Métis Minute, the show where you get all your Métis needs in Simcoe County. Today we're going to discuss an issue that not only affects Métis people, but everyone during these hard economic times: food insecurity. With the rise in the cost of living, people are relying now more than ever on food banks. Of course, there is the city food bank, but what a lot of people don't know is that the Barrie South Simcoe Métis Council has their own food bank that they use to service Métis people in need. Of course, you have to be a citizen of the Barrie South Simcoe Métis Council, but anybody who's a citizen can apply, and I really wanted to make people aware of this service because I am part of the Barrie South Simcoe Council, and food banks can be a lifesaver in these economic times. I wanted to sit down with the chair of the Barrie South Simcoe Métis Council, Tony Muscat, along with one of the volunteers at the food bank and the secretary of the council, Danielle. We wanted to discuss the importance of the food bank, how it began, and how non-Métis people can get involved to help the Métis people in need in their community. Of course, Métis people are humble. It's one of our grandfather teachings. So Tony and Danielle did not want to be on video, but I still wanted to discuss this important topic. So please enjoy. So yeah, why do we have the food bank?
The reason why we have the food bank is basically about 3 years ago when I started with council. We started doing Thanksgiving baskets and Christmas baskets, and basically there was a huge demand for them and people really liked it. So when COVID money started flowing, I thought, well, this would be a good thing to do, is to set up a food bank. Try to get a lot of free donations and stuff. We don't tend to get a lot of it, but we purchased the food with the M&O funding. Then we connected up with Cobb's, which was amazing because we get donations of bread, like a lot of bread twice a month. So yeah, we just always had the funding for it. Then M&O has started giving us food bank funding, and we feed about 40 to 50 families per month.
And then, yeah, what is the difference between sort of the Métis Council food bank and say if someone were to go to a regular city food bank?
It's not necessarily different. It's just for Métis, verified Métis citizens. They could also go to the traditional food bank as well. It's just another outlet to help our citizens.
But yeah, like a regular food bank, I think, don't you have to show like financially that like you're in need?
That's what I was going to say, was that with our citizens, we don't require them to show that because there could be someone, you can't base need off of someone's income either because you don't know what their bills are like.
I honestly believe the people that come here need it. I would say at least every month there's a minimum of 20 families that are consistent every month. And some people come and you can see that probably they needed it at the time, but then they go away and it's kind of like maybe we help them over a hurdle. So I believe that we're hitting the people that really need it.
Like you said, some people need it just for that month to get by. There might be some unexpected bills that came up and they need the support. They don't need it all the time. And whereas like the city food bank, I think when you register, it's like a big production to get registered into the system, whereas here they can just know they can get the help for that month.
We do have it twice a month, but if citizens reach out to us, me or whatever, to the council. We have support on the side, like sometimes people run into trouble, we'll help them out. It hasn't been as much, I find, in the last 6 months, because I think the food bank has kind of covered that part of them, but we have had people just reach out, I don't have any food, blah, 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 we have gift cards we can give, and stuff like that. So to me, it's something I really enjoy, we enjoy as a council doing, and it really does help our citizens, so.
There has been a lot more people since we started. Like you were saying, when we started, it was about 25 people a month or 20 people a month, and now we're up to about 45 people. And I think that's just due to the rising cost of groceries and everything else in the world.
One nice thing about the way these sign-up lists are done, we get to know how many people are in each household. We're hitting over 100 people at least. Like, you'll come in and pick up food, but then we know you're also picking up for 3 other people. Your household has 4 or 5.
Yeah.
You get more usually. We try to give more and whatever, and it works out really well. We're hitting a really good need.
And how did we get involved? You talked about Cobb's Bread. Like, how did that?
That is something that Cobb's is an amazing organization. At the end of every day, they donate to local charities, like non-for-profits or local charities. And it's just something we heard about. I put in our name right away. We got the odd time when somebody else would cancel, and then all of a sudden they approached me and said, will you consistently pick the last 2 or 3 Fridays of every month? And I said, yes, that's amazing. So we do that. I've also connected with Second Harvest, and I've gotten a few donations from them, but they're such a quick timing thing when it comes to getting the food, and often it's very small amounts, and you have to go all over the place to pick up 10 pounds of something or 15 pounds of something. So I haven't got as much that way, but I would like to. I still continue to do it and look at it. I get 2 or 3 emails a day from Second Harvest, but we don't seem to be getting a lot. I think a lot of that is community, like the need for food in general.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking for it. Churches, I know, and whatever, they're always trying to support their people. However, and I think that's why I'm not getting a lot, because there's such a demand for it.
How can other local businesses help? If they were to listen to this and wanted to reach out?
Reach out to Tony Muscat at Rogers.com. I kind of look after the food bank on behalf of the council. If you wanted to make a donation to us, we'll accept it, definitely. We have had a lot of citizens, not so much in the last 6 months. Prior to that, when we opened up the food bank, we got tons of donations from citizens, like people that were doing well and say, I want to give back. I think one gentleman gave us $700 worth of food. And they just can I bring you stuff? And he said, yes, of course. What would you like? And I just said, anything that staples are the best, like things that can sit on shelves because I don't worry about shelf life. And stuff like that, and he came in with a truckload, and it was amazing and stuff. And so citizens, our community has donated to our food bank, and they're welcome to do that anytime. We have done a couple of food drives, but not as successful with those. Unfortunately, a lot of it was expired stuff. People would donate. It's lovely that they do it, but when you donate something to a food bank that's 2 and 3 years old already, we don't hand it back out. We just discard it.
In the summertime, Little Caesars was a great help as well. They did a meal deal for us in Barrie at their Barrie locations. It was Cindy, John, and Ashley Malik, and they were great at they set up this meal deal, and so when people would go in and say, I would like to purchase the Barrie Métis Council meal deal, we got a percentage of that money that went back into our food bank, so that helped. They did that for a couple of months.
Barrie Rotary Club gave us $2,000. We've received thousands of dollars from NWMO when it came to supporting just our food bank. They'll have an application, I'll fill it out, and they'll give us $5,000 to help support our food bank. Bruce Power has been a huge supporter of our food bank as well. Now those are other funds other than what comes through the M&O. So we've had cash donations from companies and citizens as well.
How do citizens sign up?
On our Facebook page, there is a poster and a link that's attached a Google form that they can fill out. Our Facebook page is Barrie Says Simcoe Métis Council. Or if you're a citizen and you have an updated email address with the M&O, if you're a citizen of the Barrie South Simcoe Métis Council and you want to be added to the list, if they wanted to send me an email at bssmc.info@gmail.com. I think it's important for citizens to know what council they belong to as well. Like,
Yes.
because not all of Barrie is included, and unfortunately, we can only support them at the food bank if they're a citizen.
Okay.
If they're not sure, they could contact the M&O.
What is the best part of volunteering? Like, what do you get out? Why do you volunteer?
The best part is helping the citizens and see how appreciative it is, how much they appreciate it. It's a real, anytime we support our community, it's a great feeling to be in a position where we can actually make a difference. I know what we do. A lot of things that council does is great initiatives, and that is to me the best part of it. They're so appreciative of everything that we do. And we're trying to build community stronger and stronger. And we have done Barrie Council has done a very good job at supporting its citizens and getting a very positive feedback from citizens. They seem to be very happy. We get very few complaints about you're not doing this or why don't I see that. What I do get is other councils saying, why are you doing so much? And how come we can't do it or whatever? And I just say it's a team.
Marcy for watching. We're going to leave some links in the video description on how you can help give back to the Métis Food Bank. And then we'll also leave a link for if you're a Métis citizen living in the Barrie South Simcoe area and are in need of these services. Marcy for watching again, and we'll see you down the river.